Hey you guys, so I'm in the house like many of you, and I thought I would take this time to film some content, hopefully to give you guys some entertainment and a little bit of normalcy until we hopefully get back into our normal routines very soon. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. I'm going to be taking this time to just do a very simple everyday look routine, and this is going to be a very beginner friendly video. I'm starting off with my brows. For me, my brows are naturally a bit more sparse and thin, as you can see, so these tips will definitely be effective if you, like myself, have brows that are not on the fuller side. If you are blessed with bomb natural super thick brows, then just go ahead and take from this what you can, leave what you can't use. But ultimately what I'm doing is just starting off with them because I feel like that honestly helps anchor my face and create a lot of definition, shape, and just honestly, even if I don't do any other steps with my makeup, it just makes my face look a bit more polished and professional. I do feel like brows are the frame to the face, which is your picture, to the picture, which is your face. So that's why I feel like brows are a bit on the more important side. For me, I'm using Anastasia brow products, and I'm really trying to just follow the natural shape that's there for the most part and just slightly enhance it, as well as slightly fill it in where there's a little bit of gaps. But for the most part, I try to not make them too thick or too much fuller than what the hair is like that naturally grows there. I'm then going around my brows with a little bit of concealer. I'm using a shade that's about 1 to 2 shades lighter than my natural complexion to go ahead and add some definition. I'm using that underneath my brows only, that lighter color, and then I'm going to take some foundation that matches my skin tone and clean up around the tops of my brows. I find that doing this just gives them a much more precise look. Next, I'm using the spoolie tool, and this you can either buy a pack of them in beauty and drug stores like CVS, Ulta, and other stores. I feel like the spoolie definitely, if you have to fill in your brows, helps them to have a more natural hair-like look instead of looking super duper drawn on. That's just ultimately the look I like to go for. Some people like the more tattooed on brow look. If you prefer that, then maybe you don't need to worry about the spoolie step as much. After I've used the Anastasia brow pencil, I'm going to go in with some brow powder, and I do feel like brow powder also adds just a very natural, defined look to the brows without looking too stark and dark and too drawn on. So I love using this angled brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills to dip in the powder and then further add a little bit more definition and just shape to my brows. Now remember that brows are sisters, not twins, so don't get too obsessed. Next, onto the foundation. As you guys can see, I already have a bit of primer on my face. That's why there's kind of like a bit of a halo. I'm using a foundation from Anastasia Beverly Hills as well, and I'm using one of their foundation brushes. Once I apply one pump, I like to just lightly stipple it onto the face and then smooth and buff it in. For me, I used to use sponges and beauty blenders exclusively for the longest for my complexion products, but I have started to really love the effect that the brush gives. I feel like it's just super beginner friendly, definitely makes blending very, very easy, and just nicely enhances and evens out the complexion, which is what I'm going for. I, fortunately enough, just kind of keep my foundation routine simple, and then I move right on to eyes. If, unlike me, you have more things to cover, like some acne scarring and things like that, then you may need to do a couple of more steps with your complexion routine. But for the sake of this video, let's keep on going to the eye section. I'm using a really great liner from L'Oreal. This one's affordable and very accessible. It's sold in drugstores. And what I'm doing is just making and creating lots of tiny little dashes and then connecting them. That's a great way to go ahead and get that really precise, nice, thin, defined winged line, or just a line period. Today I'm not going to wing it out very much, but I love using this because to me it helps to just define the eyes a bit more, as well as to enlarge them, especially if you keep the line nice and precise and thin. And if you are a beginner, I find that taking shorter, smaller bits of the line and then connecting them is a lot easier than trying to do it all in one swoop. So for me, guys, if you can tell, I can see a difference. Hopefully it's coming across on camera where my eye, where I've lined it, just looks a bit more defined and a little bit wider. Now the same is true for mascara. I've gone ahead and done mascara on one side, and I'm just using this one from Benefit Mascara. I feel like they have a great wide range of mascaras for different lash types and for different lash results. This one is their roller lash, and I really love this product. And what I am doing is going downward first to coat the tops of my lashes and then upward to add tons of definition. I'm also taking my time and just getting those bottom lashes as well, which is optional. That's a little bit more advanced, but for the most part, if you just take your time and really use a nice zoomed in mirror, you can absolutely get such a beautiful result just using standard mascara without having to do lashes. Now I'm going to add a couple more products to my complexion. I'm using this Becca product, and this is their highlighting product. I absolutely love using rosy gold tones and gold tone highlighters on my dark skin. I feel like that is just always shades that are very complementary, and what I'm using is a nice fluffy brush so that way it's not going to be too splotchy, and using this fluffier brush also makes blending much easier. Next, I'm going to go in with some blush, and the simplest way to apply this is the good old-fashioned way of just smiling first and then aiming for the apples of the cheeks, and that is where to apply the blush. I'm using this one from MAC. It's a dusty rose color. Also, the classic raisin from MAC is beautiful, and all of these shades that I'm going to put in the info box are very complementary with deeper, darker skin tones. So these are definitely going to be friendly for your complexion if you're on the darker side like myself. Next is lips. I'm keeping the lips very simple. I am just using a simple brown pencil from Wet n Wild. Keep it simple, keep it easy, and adding a bit more shape and definition with this chestnut brown pencil. There's a ton of other great options from brands like MAC, from NYX, and the like, and I'm just doing this to add a bit more shape and definition to my lips before going in with some lip color. So in this first look, I'm just using a sheer golden based gloss, and that is one option, but I'm gonna go ahead and top this with a nice flush toned nude option. And this lipstick is from Alame, again, drugstore, easy and accessible, and I'm just using that to just lightly fill in the inner part of my lips and add just a bit of kind of that nice nude look. And this to me is just my preferred look for an everyday simple face. If I'm not doing a bold lip, I love doing this nice neutral lip like this. And that is it, guys. Hopefully this very simple beginner friendly makeup was helpful for you. If you want to see more videos like this, definitely subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.